What's going on, everybody? Chuck here, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day today. I'll admit, we're sort of in homeowner purgatory at the moment. We're kind of in between many things, between selling this house and buying the new house. Obviously, like I said in my last video, oh god, another hornet. We have contracts. We have a contract on this house. We have a contract on the new house. We did just get back the repair requests from the buyers after the inspection on this house, and so there are some things that I need to fix. Now, this is the first time I've actually ever sold a house, so I'm not familiar with this process. So apparently, talking to my realtor, I don't have to do everything on the list, but you know, sort of like anything with buying and selling a home, it's sort of a give and take thing. You know, I don't want to sit there and spend a bunch of money making repairs on the house, because that takes away from my ability to purchase my next house and having a little bit of my extra afterwards to do some things I want to do in the new house. And they know that, so you know, it's a give and take thing. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to do much else with the lawn. Keep it mowed, obviously, and trimmed, and keeping it look nice, but I'm not going to apply probably any more fertilizer. I may keep the waterings going because it's going to be pretty warm. I don't want them to get a dead lawn, a brown lawn when they move in, so I'll keep the watering going. But that round of purely organic lawn food is probably my last feeding on this lawn. I may do a Milorganite feeding as you know, sort of like probably the day I move out or something, you know, just sort of like a send off to the lawn. I don't know. But so the next series of videos is gonna be more sort of like going through some of the repairs on that repair request that we received, because some of these things I don't personally know. I've never done them before, so I am getting help on some things, some of the bigger things, some of the easier things that even if I don't know how to do it, it's pretty self-explanatory. Sort of like down here, obviously this is the air conditioning unit. It needs new insulation. I'll do a close-up here in a second. So I'm gonna wrap it in new insulation, and the condensation drainage there from the wall. I did that because I was actually coming out here into the middle of this alleyway to the backyard, and it would make it a soppy mess in the summer, and I didn't like it. So I took some of the pipe out, dug a hole like a 10-gallon bucket size, filled it with pea gravel, and just had it draining into that. But it's still too close to the house, so they're concerned about the foundation, so I need to go ahead and put that back out. So I'm going to do that as well. So those two things what I'm going to be working on in this video. We also have some caulk work around the windows and doors, and there's a couple things in the attic that I need to repair as well, but those are going to be in future videos. So anyway, not your typical lawn care stuff, but that's okay. This is all part of the journey of trying to sell a house and buy a new one. So let's go ahead and get down and replace this insulation. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that recently I was stung by several yellow jackets. So this is the area right here where their nest was. I had some composting stuff here, and I overgrew with weeds, and so that is like a perfect habitat for yellow jackets. And they obviously burrowed down in the ground, so they burrowed down into all that stuff, and so when I was pulling and digging all that stuff out, they attacked. So I waited till nighttime, and I was able to dig this whole area out, level it out a little bit, and get the yellow jacket's nest out of here and disposed of. But that was no fun, and this is the area where they were residing. So obviously you can see that this insulation is, you know, easy to remove. And so the concern is because this is coming out and condensation is dripping onto the concrete pad here, that's also going to make the foundation, the area around the foundation wet. It's also going to make the pad wet to the unit. And so they want me to go ahead and replace this. You don't even have to really cut it. It's so dried out and everything. So now that the old insulation is off, I have here, it is 1/2 inch rubber insulation. It was less than $6 at Home Depot, and you basically want to measure it from the end here up to, till it gets sort of butts up against the house. I'm gonna try to get it inside this. See if you can see that. No, you can't. I'm gonna see if I can get it inside this hole up here a little bit, because I can't get all the old insulation out in there. So I want to get as close to that as possible. So you just want to make, if you want to be that person that brings out a tape measure and measures it and measures it again. I'm gonna go a little bit long just in case. And it's always easier to just trim off the excess as you need it. Okay. And if you're not sure what this is, it's cheap enough that you can get a 1/2 inch and the 3/4 inch, and then just return the one you don't use. And now comes the fun part, because I don't know why they decided to wrap it instead of just let it go, but they wrapped it, so kind of have to slither it through there to get it in. That's, yeah. Sorry about that. Basically, I'm just gonna start removing this tape little by little. Oh no. So just a little bit. Little by little. And I stick it together. Once you stick it together, you're not getting it back off without ripping it. So I'll slide it down just a little bit, slide it up a little bit. So last but not least is this area right here. This is just where condensation sort of comes out from the outside of the house and goes down. But the pipe is actually this pipe right here. It's kind of going out in the middle, and it would just make everything a soppy mess, and I didn't like it, so I went ahead and just, I was going to cut it, but just didn't bother gluing it down, so I just removed it, dug a hole down about the size of a 10-gallon bucket, filled it with pea gravel just to sort of absorb all that stuff and get it out of the way, but apparently that is not up to code. Yeah. Redneck engineering. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this back on. I do have some sealant to go ahead and just keep that more permanent. I'm actually gonna put it more this way so it's away from the AC. So I'm gonna put it more out here towards the camera area, just to keep it away from the AC pad. I'm just gonna make sure everything lines up pretty well, and it goes sort of downhill. It will once I get it all the way up there. But it will go downhill. And so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out. It's dirty. And then put some primer and some sealant, and then this will be done. All right, so I have the wonderful purple primer. And now I also have my sealant here. And we're just gonna put that in there. That is really simple enough. And the one thing that I'm learning here from selling the house is that things that we've done to either A, improve the house, before we put it on the market, like putting in the new light fixtures in the kitchen, and doing stuff that like with the refrigerant lines and all that kind of stuff with the AC. They're simple. Like if you just take the time to do them, and I've never taken the time to do them. You know, I've always said it before, I'm not really a handy guy, but thanks to the power of YouTube and a father-in-law, you know, if I do get stuck, he's able to, you know, help me out and help me figure some of this stuff out. It's, you know, easy enough to get done, and like I said, it's not expensive. The refrigerant line, the installation was $6, and it took 5 minutes, if that. And then obviously putting the pipe away from the house. And if I wanted to dig another hole there so it drips down in the hole so it doesn't like go out into the lawn space, you know, I could do that. That's easy fix, and it's cheap. And so that's what I'm finding out. It's just fun of some of these things that, you know, I spend so much time here on the lawn, that things that I don't notice otherwise, they're like really easy to take care of. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. It was definitely a different one, and the next few ones are gonna be a bit different. Not a whole lot of lawn care going on. I need to mow. I'll show you a shot here in a minute. The lawn is long. It's only been a few days, and because of cooler temperatures and that 1002, it got long. Not a lot of color though. That's the only thing. There wasn't a lot of color with that lawn food. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment below. You know, when you sold your first house, were you awakened by like the amount of stuff that you've never even considered before? Now it's like you're learning all these new skills, I guess. So let us know. Let's talk about it down below. But anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and God bless.